sometimes it's not. But sometimes it is, and then it's like there goes our night.
But it's also, you know what? It's okay to call then go back to it the next day.
Yeah.
You know, because I know too. It's like when especially if I'm hangry, it's like you're not getting my best version. Like get me a fucking burrito. Let's go. All right, I want to move on to the next song here. Right. Dean Lewis's Empire. I hadn't listened to this song until I started kind of preparing for this interview until recently. But it was like it's a pretty newish record, right?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah. So there's a reason why I hadn't heard it yet. But dude, I mean, the song itself it's a really beautiful song, but the engineering is really good.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, seriously, I was like listening to it. I was like really blown away by just how good everything sounds. So kudos to you. First question I want to ask about is the claps in there. I'm assuming they're real. If you're saying like you're recording a lot, but I'm curious.
It's half real, half recorded.
That's the way.
Sorry, half real, half loop.
That's the way.
Yes, totally.
Yeah,
agreed. Can I tell the brief story?
Please. Oh yeah, no, yes. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I forgot.
Oh no, you're good.
It's my own podcast that I forgot to ask the question about. Yeah. So because I'm seriously so impressed.
Thank you.
With the production around it. But tell me the story of the writing.
That means a lot because, like I was saying before, like I've just willed myself to become a competent engineer, but like I was truly the least competent engineer of anyone who was like a professional musician in the entire music industry. So thank you.
Yeah.
But me and Hayde had met Dean 2 times. We met him at a game night at our friend Anson's house.
Love that.
And we met him for 2 minutes he did like a tiny acoustic show in LA, and we talked to him like for 2 minutes after. And then so we like didn't know him very well at all. But like a few months later, so this was like last November, me and Hayde were just like hanging out in the studio, and Hayde posted a story of us in the studio, and Dean responded to him, and he was like, "Oh, do you produce like all your stuff yourself?" And Hayde was like, "Me and Jeremy do everything." And he was like, Are you guys around to work on some music? And we were like, hell yeah, dude, come to the studio, of course. And he's like, oh no, I'm in Hawaii. And he just flew us out the next day.
Whoa.
Literally the next day. This was like a Wednesday night, and I think we were on a plane like Friday, like at 7 a.m.
Is that where he lives, or he was
No, he had just finished tour.
Oh,
so
damn.
he was just hanging out in Honolulu. And we'd never worked with him before.
Yeah.
Like barely had like any relationship.
That's crazy.
We literally we hopped on a flight to go work with him for a week. Yeah. And just showed up at his hotel. Like he just got us a room like in the same hotel as him. Showed up at his hotel room, knocked on the door. He was like, "What's up?" And then we just started working like 5 minutes after. Like off the plane into the room, start like, working. Never worked before.
Yeah,
big risk from him because if we sucked, we're just there for a week.
Right.
But it was great, and we did 5 songs, and Empire was one of them. It was like the third day, and our first 2 days like we made okay songs, but we were like, oh, like this, these aren't like as good as we want them to be. And then we had a real breakthrough with Empire. But it's funny, the idea for this song came after we had done a whole song the second day, finished that song, and Dean wanted to do like one more idea, and me and Hayde were like so gassed, so exhausted. We started the idea, and it was kind of like nothing, and we were like, okay, it was like just a loop of that like post chorus, but like very poorly recorded on my part, and like whatever, but then the next day we came back to it, and we wrote like a 6 song around it, and that was like the turning point of the trip, and we made a bunch more 6 songs, and we recorded it in a hotel room.
The whole most of the record. Okay.
He came back a couple months later. He came to my house, and we re-recorded it like a step and a half up and faster. And so some of the stuff in there is from the hotel room, but like the majority of stuff you hear re-recorded in the studio. That would be. It did sound really good in the hotel room, surprisingly, but yeah, most of it was in the studio. Anyway, that's how it was made.
Dude, I love. Crazy. I'm so glad you cut me off to tell that story because I would have been really mad at myself for not hearing it.
One more tiny story about the song is, I don't know if you noticed, but like the verses are in like 6/8 and the hook is in 4/4.
Yeah.
But originally, because the way we had structured it originally, I can't remember exactly why. I'd have to look at the voice memo, but like the way we were playing it didn't work at all going from 6/8 to 4/4 because I think it was like going from 3/4 to 4/4 or something, and then we like tweaked it slightly. And I was like really being like, this doesn't work. This is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? But Hayden and Dean were like, gotta do it.
Right.
And we made it work, and it's sick. And I would never think to do that. Yeah.
No, it's a big move to do it. Like, I love when people take big bold swings like that. Yeah. I used to be in like a more of like an emo kind of band, but we would do like time signature changes like all the fucking time. And I'm that guy. Well, I will bring it up in sessions, and everyone's like, "Are you sure?" And like, I would do it so much more often if I could, but I usually just I get away with I do a lot of tempo changes.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in tempo changes.
I bet tempo changes in the chorus have gone up a lot since the Dan Agro mix with the Masters.
Yeah,
well.
But it's like I'm annoyed
You're
because
like, I've been doing that.
It's like I've been doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's now it's like I can like kind of point, but it's like, guys, well, Dan Agro's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, let's maybe do that. Yeah, if you look at some of my sessions where it's like I'm big on like not only between sections, but it's like I like to like do like a slowdown before, you know, like a first chorus or whatever. I like to do little things like that.
The project's so messy though.
I mean, Pro Tools it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Ableton, I find it a little bit more annoying.
I hate doing changing the BPM. In the
but Pro Tools, it's actually like not that bad to do.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it was built around like drummers where they were recorded, they would have to like tap the tempo to the drums. The time signatures were shading. I mean, the tempo shading all the time. Anyway, let's talk about how you're recording guitars for that song, because I think that's the focal point, and they really do sound incredible. Like the arrangement, I know is a big part of it, but what was kind of your North Star for recording the guitars there?
So this one, because it's like Dean is like more of a pop artist. Right. Like I'm not doing like the million mics. Like everything is just being recorded like pop music. It's one mic on the guitar. Also, because he likes to work quick, so you kind of you got space for multiple mics. But yeah, just the U99. The guitar is my guitar collection, especially my acoustic guitar collection. I have 3 guitars, but is terrible. But he brought a Martin. He brought 2 Martins. He brought like the mini Martin, which is not like a nice Martin, but it is really good sounding guitar.
They record really well.
Yeah, they record really well, and they're very forgiving. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's what's being played as like the lead, and that's me playing it. And
well, a really quick question: what's your room like? Like, how big is it? Or
like, it's like the master bedroom of our house.
Okay.
So it's the size of a master bedroom of a house, which I guess varies drastically. But I have no idea how. It's probably twice as big as here, but it's shaped. It's like the room, and then there's like another like half little enclave like window thing, which is where I have my drums.
Okay.
So it's like. The size of the like main room is like it's shorter than this but wider. Like it'd be like a little less than twice as wide.
Okay, so I bet it's around like 300-400 square feet.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, something like that.
And do you have like sound paneling up in there? Is it pretty much?
I just bought. I had 8 sound panels made, and then they're not like hung like professionally. I just had a TaskRabbit guy come and just like put them where they fit. But it sounds really good. Yeah. Like my room sounds like I actually love how my room sounds.
I mean, that's the thing too, that this is with producers, the battle of, do I make my room sound good to record in or sound good to mix in?
Right. And I mix on headphones. Right. I do everything on headphones. Actually, I only produce on speakers if I have to. Right. If I'm like in the room with artist stuff, I hate working on speakers. I have a pair of Adam like A77Xs or whatever, the big ones. Yeah. You'd recognize
I probably would,
I might have also said the wrong model.
Whatever.
But it's like quite a famous pair of speakers. I took them from my management's office. I don't know if they still know that I have them, because they're actually really nice monitors, like that I wouldn't have bought for myself when I got them. But I never work on them anyway, so I only need it to sound good recording and writing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that's the challenge I had in this room.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, like I don't like working at headphones.
Yeah.
And so I wanted it to sound good in here for both mixing records and to record. Like I found a nice middle ground, but I would so much rather have honestly 2 rooms, where it's like a room that I mix and a room that I get to record in. Because so much of, especially with acoustic guitars, it's like having a great sounding room.
Yeah.
It's half the battle.
Yeah.
But sorry, I cut you off. So it's on the U99 in the room and everything.
Yeah. And
you're just going right in?
Yep. Through into
the Antelope preamps, you're saying?
No, the Antelopes I use for my drums.
Okay,
just
drums,
like to have more inputs. But it was just like right into the Apollo. I use like the 610B.
Like the preamp emulation that they do?
Yeah, the emulation. Yeah. I used the actual physical 610B recently, because I was in London a couple weeks ago and I had a studio there rented out, and they had the physical 610B, and I kind of liked it less than the soft version. But anyway, so it's just going through that straight in. Yeah. So really not any sauce at all.
How much processing do you like? Do you like to do a lot of processing or minimal processing once you're in the box?
For a guitar, like I would just do a low cut on the EQ and then like various like random things that probably do very little, and then just compress with the UAD LA2A, the gray one. And I mean, there's like probably other stuff on it, but that's 90% of it. Right, Nowadays I use a lot of like the Studer like tape machine on the headroom preset. Yeah. Love the headroom preset. But at that time I was probably using the Abbey Road on the
J37, the tape one, or
yes, the tape one. I'm trying to remember which preset I would have used on it, but anyway, yeah. And then the Verb. So I'm going into way too much detail.
No. I this is what the people want. I promise
the Verb is probably, again, this one I should have opened because it's a very recent project, but I was too flustered in the Uber to open it up. It's the Audio Thing Spring Verb.
Oh, dude.
It's the best reverb ever made. And yeah, I figured we might talk about it when we're talking about like plugins or whatever. Yeah. Because also I'm looking through, I have most of the Audio Thing stuff, but I bought a couple others today because it's Black Friday. Bro, the Spring Verb is so fucking goated. And it's so much better than, it's actually just curb stomps the UAD Spring Verb, the AKG one or whatever. Dude, it's so good. I don't know if that's what's on the guitar, but it definitely is all over that project.
Yeah.
And it's just the
which one are you using? I'm mostly using that first one in stereo mode.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, right. That's the one.
Or if I need one that has like less mid, I do the one after that. And that's, but the second one in stereo mode.
Yep, that's it.
Bro, it's actually just the best Verb ever. I use it on like vocals. I use it on, guitars. I use it on, not even to get the springs, like the springy, like 50s sound.
No, it's just like, it does its thing. Yeah. You should check out Audioscape's Spring Verb that they just made. It's based off, they made a real unit and then they made a plugin version of it. It's called like the XL5 or something. I don't remember. It's the only spring reverb they make, but it's really, really good. It's like I'm using springs and that guy for my spring reverbs and that's it.
Really?
Like I don't touch the AKG one at all anymore. Yeah. And I bought it and that was expensive.
Yeah. No, I'm like, that was like the worst $300 I've ever spent. Yeah. Because it's like an expensive.
Yeah, no, it's really expensive. Yeah.
I think my sweat offers are going to mess up continuity.
No, go.
Yeah, Audio Thing for well, I guess maybe we can talk. I don't know. That's the best plugin company, like pound for pound, because it's so cheap.
Yeah,
it's so cheap.
It is really cheap. But
they make the Spring Verb is like $15 right now.
Yeah, they make like super interesting plugins where it's like they have this one called Things. Yeah. I love that one. It's super good. Yeah, and they have I love like it's like the lo-fi delay verb. I'm forgetting what it's called.
Oh, I actually don't know if I have that one.
Yeah. Oh, 8-bit. It's like the 8-bit one.
Oh, yeah. They have the mini bit. It's
mini bit. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They have a mini bit delay.
Oh, okay. The synthesizer.
The synthesizer is a lot of fun.
Like Sneaky is probably, except for Omnisphere, is probably the synth that I've used the most.
Really?
And I love that synth.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Literally, it's $10.
Yeah, no one knows about it either. Yeah. I'll bring that up every once in a while.
Don't want to say it. Yeah, everyone's gonna get it.
Yeah, everyone, dude. Audio Thing is fucking sick. I want to talk about the piano in the song.
Yeah.
Was that you? Was that Dean? Was that Hade?
Hade playing.
Yeah.
Having Hade live with me is such a hack because he's such a good piano player. And he's a very proficient piano player, but he has such a good ear.
Dude, I wrote down that the parts are so out of the box.
Yeah. That's Hade. That's Hade. Yeah. He plays piano even on stuff that like we like. Anything we write together and that I'm producing, like he'll play piano on it. Yeah. But also even on stuff that like he didn't like write that I'm just like producing for other people, like he'll still do the piano on it because he's like so sick.
So are you guys do you have a real piano in the studio there?
I have real piano, yeah. The piano in the song is actually a mix of MIDI and live.
Nice.
Because we did it MIDI because we were in Hawaii.
Yeah. It's so funny that you like get used to that sound. It's, well, now I can't take it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think it's the Grander from Contact. Yeah. And then because I went back, like when we were redoing it, I had to redo everything live, and it was like it just wasn't. There's not as much body, so we layered them, and I think that piano actually too is sound shifted up because it was for when it was in the
right,
key,
and then you brought it up,
but which still sounded good. And for parts like that, sometimes that sounds like better, especially when it's layered because you get like a cool texture from it. But anyway, that's Hade came up with the part, and it's a sick part.
Yeah, no, it is a sick part. I was listening to it, I was like, damn, like I would have never played that on piano. Yeah. And it's like really, really interesting.
There's also one more, sorry, I just remembered.
Oh yeah.
There's there's like a low piano stab. That's a different piano VST. It's the do you have UVI workstation or have you heard of that before?
I've used it.
It's the old black Grand.
Yeah.
Which is like for MIDI pianos, do you have old black Grand?
No, I don't know. I might. I've used it so barely.
It's the best.
Okay.
That I've used at least. And I don't have Keyscape, to be fair.
Oh, Keyscape.
But I've used Keyscape before, but I don't have it, so I'm not really familiar with it. But Old Black Grand is the for that sound, for the upright like sound, it's so much better than the Contact ones.
Okay.